Morning guys, I've come down to JJ Customs in San Jose. Link to them below this video. They are one of the largest Redcat dealers, I would think, on the whole of the west coast of the United States. Now before I get on to reviewing the Redcat Camo X4, just want to talk a bit about JJ Customs, as boy have they got a great concept for a store. All of these cars aren't used, boys, they're all brand new cars. You can come along, pick up one of these, look at it, look round with it, take the body off, look underneath it. Have you ever seen a model store where you could come along and do that with any of the cars on display? They also carry a wide range of spares and bolt-on upgrades for your car. And today we're going to have a quick review of the Redcat Racing Camo X4 Rock Racer. As ever guys, any comments or questions you might have are most welcome. Anyway, let me know your first thoughts as to the look of the Camo X4. Now this is a Rock Racer, comparable to the Axle Yeti. Comes complete with a nickel metal hydride battery. It will take a LiPo battery as well, as it is brushless setup on here. Now, JJ Customs have got a large amount, probably the largest amount of Redcat racing vehicles that I have seen in recent years. So definitely a one-stop shop for all your Redcat racing needs. So I'm going to be covering quite a few of their cars in the coming days. And guys, do let me know what you think of this car in the comment section below the video. A quick suspension test in a minute. And we've got our scale. Get our scale little drivers tucked away in there, and then over the top. Okay, let's have a look at the underside of the car. Just check out that independent front suspension. Got four-wheel drive. Okay, a quick scan down the chassis. At the rear we've got a solid axle with a lock rear differential in there and a full link setup on there. So let's get that body off. Now, let's have a quick look inside. The thing that jumps out is this rear-mounted battery tray, which is going to be good, as it's going to put the weight over the rear tyres, so you're going to lay that brushless power down fairly nice and easily. Starting at the front, a fairly high impact bumper on that. It's going to take a good, nice shock on that. We'll do a suspension test in a minute. Dean's plug for the ESC. Moving on down, we've got a brushless motor there on the right. Diff in the centre. ESC on the left, Servo on the left there. Well, overall, my first impression is this looks pretty good, but tell me what you think as ever, guys. Do check out those aluminum shocks on the back, which is always a good sign. And that tyre tread doesn't look too bad to my mind either. Okay, ubiquitous front suspension test, in which case I lift up the front wheel until the rear wheel just begins to lift, and we've got a fairly massive amount of clearance. That's probably a good 6 inches there before the rear is beginning to lift. Very nicely damped. That is definitely designed for rock racing on there. You can tell from the absorption. Okay, now when it comes to the rear, you have got the locked rear diff on there. Wasn't quite sure on that until I picked it up and turned it around. And there we go. Shock back suspension. Yeah, and colossal clearance on there. Got to be 7 inches there on the back. Quite phenomenal. Very nicely damped all round. Okay, well, weight wise the Redcat feels nice and sturdy without being overly heavy. That suspension with the damping on that definitely feels geared up for rock racing. I mean, a lock rear diff, you should be able to put the power down fairly easily, particularly with that rearward battery distribution on there. As I say, this one comes with a nickel metal hydride pack, but will take a LiPo pack. A lot of the Redcat cars, like the Traxxas ones, don't come with a battery as standard, although this one does come with a nickel metal hydride pack. Anyway, all comments and questions on the Redcat Camo, most welcome. Link to JJ Customs, where you can come and physically pick up and see this very car at the end of the video and below the video. Anyway, if you like this video, you want to see more cars like this from JJ Customs, then don't forget to subscribe. Well, thanks to JJ Customs for letting me review the Redcat Camo X4. As I say, they carry a huge range of cars that you can actually go along, physically look at and examine, rather than just looking at them online or looking at the outside of the box. You can go along and pick them up in store and examine them in quite some detail, which makes them quite unique to my mind. Anyway, if you like what you see, then don't hesitate to give them a call or send them an email or visit their website, or better still, visit them in person. Thanks for watching, guys.